What's up, everybody? Well, today I'm here to bring to you another vacuum that's in my vacuum collection. And yes, it is another Oreck. I seem to be picking up these things left and right. But here I have, for your viewing pleasure today, an Oreck XL2 Ultra. A while ago, I did make a video of another XL2 Ultra, but that was the all black version. And I did want to find another one. Originally, I was looking after the U4080, the black colored one with the gray outer bag, because that was one of the same ones that was used in that XL2 infomercial that I think is still on YouTube. I'll go ahead and link the video to that in the description of this so you guys can know what I'm talking about. But after having that all black one, I wanted to see what it's like to find another color. And here I found one. This is their teal blue color. It looks almost turquoise. And it's a very unique color for this. So I just had to get this. Now, as usual, every vacuum I get always comes at a cost. I bought this thing, I think, for like about $30 on OfferUp. And it was very filthy. The outer bag needed to be totally cleaned out. And I had to obviously put a new belt in, as usual. But after putting forth that time, here it is, ready to make its grand reappearance. And so now let's go ahead and give a walkthrough of the cleaner. So this is one of the step-up models for the XL2 series. This being the XL2 Ultra model, it does have features unlike the ordinary XL2, like a 2-speed motor. You have a low speed for use on bare floors and high speed for regular carpet. And this is Oreck's famous helping hand handle, which was designed by an orthopedic surgeon and has received an award for the Arthritis Foundation for ease of use. And I do think it does serve its purpose for those who do have arthritis and don't like the handle position of ordinary vacuums. This does do pretty good in that sense. So as we move along down here, you have your XL2 lettering on the upper portion of the outer bag, and this beautiful teal blue in color. And you have your diagonal Oreck lettering on the front here, with the Sealock Hyperallergenic Plus filter system, which is basically just extra filter material inside the outer bag. So let's go ahead and show you the inner bag. So here is the Oreck CC bag that this runs. It's held on by this bag dock system. And basically how it works is when you put a fresh new bag in, you just slide it into this collar. And also it'll grab onto a little latch right down there on the bottom, the piece of the bag collar at least. And when the bag is full and you're ready to pull it out, it grabs onto this little latch. It normally would if this section wasn't broken off, because this right here, I'm using a demo bag because that broke off. But what it does is it grabs onto that section right there, and it'll actually pull a little trap door that pulls itself shut when you pull out the bag, and it'll seal shut the opening of the bag collar, so you do not have to worry about dust escaping back into the air, which that is the last thing you definitely want when you're emptying out a bag on a bagged vacuum, is you run the risk of dust spewing back into the air when you're trying to pull it off the bag collar. So that is a very clever thing Oreck has designed for these vacuums. And then when you're ready, just put a fresh new bag on and then just simply latch it right in place. And just make sure it is latched on. You got to make sure you hear that click, because if not, this will start spewing dust into the inner bag, and that will make quite a big mess. So just be sure the bag is mounted properly and then it's latched and seated on to avoid that issue. And get ready to go. So moving on down, we got more of this nice teal blue color tone. You have right here your Oreck lettering on the headlight lens, which is nice, like a chrome rubberized finish to give it a nice look. And you got your traditional rounded off style headlight lens, which is signature for these XL2s. And also, on the side here, you do have a belt access door. Basically, to get access to the bag on these, you just simply remove this little Phillips screw, and then this cover will slide forward, so you could get access to change your belt. Very convenient, because the last thing you'd want to do is tear off part of the vacuum just to get to the belt. So Oreck made changing belt on these very simple and easy for you to do at home, so you don't have to always take it into a vacuum shop so they can do it for you. It'll be a nice money saver in the long run. And let's go ahead and show you the underside to the cleaner. So it does have a brand new brush roll in. It's pretty typical for any Oreck I get in, because these are wearable items over time, so I always like to avoid that by putting a fresh new brush roll. And this is the replacement by Cleveland Wood. They're literally all over the place, and they're just very cheap to get. And the bristles are very soft, but they are very, very dense. So they definitely do good for picking up things like stubborn pet hair, which usually is difficult for most vacuums to clean out. And they do make a chevron pattern, so they funnel everything I should say, into the center suction path, so that the suction takes it away. The only downfall I can see of this is because the brushes are so soft, this doesn't produce the most fantastic of agitation. So it won't do as well with picking up things like deep down dirt, but it manages to do decent. I think Oreck kind of compensated for that by making the brushes so dense. So that's one nice thing. It's definitely better than what Dyson was going with back in the day. They had like super sparse bristles, with barely any stiffness, and it barely picked up anything. So at least Oreck cared a little bit into the design of their brush rolls. You also do have side edge cleaning brushes, typical for Orecks. And I also do have the front wheels mounted behind the brush roll, which definitely do good for picking up things, or at least moving this on hardwood floors without scratching your surface. You also do have a rubber squeegee mounted here on the back to prevent dirt from kicking out behind the unit because of the constantly spinning brush roll that never turns off. And now let's go ahead and show you the model number to the cleaner. This is a model U4090 H2T, 120 volts, 60 hertz, 4 amps. So yeah, this doesn't have the biggest of motors, but and is for household use only. Made by the Oreck Company of New Orleans, Louisiana. So that's just how old this is, and made obviously in the USA. And that is one nice thing. You also do have storage behind the outer bag where you can keep things like your owner's manual or extra bags or belts. And so let's go ahead and release the cord to this guy and give you a running demo of it, because I know you guys have been so eager to see that. So now let's go ahead and plug this guy in. And now we will go ahead and turn this thing on and give you a demo of it running. Now, typical Oreck fashion, this thing is pretty loud when it's running, so headphone users or those with sensitive hearing, I would advise turning down your volume for this part. So anyway, here we go. We're going to start it off on low and then work it up to high speed. That's low speed. Here is high speed. most powerful thing, but it gets the job done. Definitely beats out any Dyson I've ever used. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video on the Oreck XL2 Ultra. Be sure and stay tuned, and don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.